One of the most important things to me in running my business is that I wanted everybody to be at a certain level. Everybody that worked for me, I wanted to train them so that our customers could expect the same kind of quality service that I wanted to provide for them. In doing so, I developed this training program. It's pretty comprehensive, and I take everybody through this training program. But one of the things that has really puzzled me is that even though I give one-on-one training to every single person, and it really does take hours and hours of time. Once the training is done, I always think that everybody's at a certain level. Gee, this person did really well in the training program. But once the person goes out on the design floor and now they are expected to take clients, and when that time comes, it kind of becomes a problem because now they're out there and they're really not able to perform as to how the clients expected them to do. So whenever there's a client complaint, they're not happy with their haircut or not happy with their shampoo, the complaint comes back to me always. And from our front desk people, I get these comments all the time like, well, I thought you trained her. I thought she already went through the training program. And yes, they have. Well, then why can't they cut? Why can't they perform the way that we want them to? And I thought about that and I thought, training, it doesn't matter how many more times I take the person through training. If the daily practice is not there, the commitment to practice every day is not there, then we will never see the results of the training. So training is easy. Somebody's with you, somebody's teaching you, somebody's showing you. Then when it comes to the daily practice, it's not quite that easy. You have to go out and do it on your own. You have to find models to cut. You have to find friends to cut. And every day you need to be cutting. And some people are good at it and some people aren't. But I do notice that the people who commit in daily practice always ends up doing so much better. And so to this day, people still come and say, I thought you took her through the training program. Can you train her some more? And my answer is no, because without the daily practice, they would never get there. And another story that I have is that there was a hairstylist from San Francisco named Yosh Toya. He was a Japanese hairstylist from Japan. And when I went to watch him on stage, he's this little guy, maybe 5'2", and he would get up on a stage and he's very humble. And I always remember the opening words when he got on stage. He said, "Hi, my name is Yosh Toya, and did you know that I learned how to learn when I turned 55? And until then, I was too busy telling people what I knew, but I really didn't listen and I didn't do the daily practice and I didn't really learn very well." And that is just an amazing thing to say, for me to hear him say, because that is so true with everything in life. I remember I started to thought the watercoloring was really easy. So I guess it's been 8 years now that I bought my first coloring book, and I started to mix the colors and practice. And then all of a sudden I realized I couldn't do it just like the way that the book showed in a picture. And then I got very frustrated, and then I just threw it to the side and I never did it again. And then at a certain point, I picked it up again and I made a commitment that I would do it every single day. I didn't care what I drew or painted, but I must do something every day. And that really paid off. So I guess I can't really really tell anybody enough about daily practice. So my philosophy is, first, you learn. Second, you learn. Third, you do. Fourth, you do. Fifth, you do it very well. Sixth, you do it very good. And then at the end, you will teach what you learned. And this kind of philosophy is just so good to remember because we are always on a quest of lifelong learning. And as in the Kaizen philosophy that I believe in, it is learning in small incremental steps. And I know that that's really paid off well for me since I learned that philosophy. So before I leave, I wanted to show you a card from the card deck. Of course, I found one that says learner. And I'll explain more about this card below. But yes, learner, lifelong learning, daily practice is what makes it count.